How's it going, Falcons fans? If anybody's even here, taking a watch, uh, got that echo again. I think I got it. All right. How is everybody today? Hope you guys are having a great day. Been looking forward to playing some Fallout with you guys. Talking some Falcons football. I know we got the rookie mini camp going on today. We saw some videos yesterday. Saw some, we'll probably see some more today, though I haven't seen as many today. Uh, but yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that going forward and see how we do. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the game up here. And there we go, and then we will hit play. Real quick, change it to that one. All right, let's do load game. I think we left off. We were going to go to. Um, we were heading to Junktown, or no, we were at Junktown. We were going to take down Gizmo. That's what we were going to do. Alrighty, let's hit. All right, so let's take a look at the Pit Boy again, real quick. Status. Junktown. Bust the Skulls game. All right. Back. Close. Where am I? There we go. Actually, let's talk to Killian again.
What can I do for you today?
What do I have to do to help you get rid of Gizmo?
Wear a recorder and tape Gizmo confessing, or plant this wiretap in his office. Either way, and we got him.
Done. All right. Let's go find Gizmo. Do I have anything? Okay, so I got that currently. Let's see, inventory. I do remember we did get. It's way down here at the bottom, I think. This is the bug. This is the tape recorder. So I'm assuming. 30-minute high density. All right. So I'm assuming we have to. Is it this or is it this? No, it's item. We have to have it here. Done. And I assume we have to have it out here in order for it to take. So, all right. Let's. Nope. Actually, don't want to do that. Inventory. Let's just take this off for the moment. Done. Let's go find gizmos, actually. I don't think I've actually found gizmos yet. Let's check one last thing real quick. There we go. All right. don't think it's anywhere over here, is it? Oh, huh. There's Gizmos. Were you a peasant? Phil, you have a name. So let's come over here and talk to you guys. Or at least you. Mister, I'd be really happy if you were to get rid of that damn dog. Why? I only deal with important stuff. Where did it come from? It was the pet of a traveler. When the traveler died, this damn dog just plopped its furry ass down on my doorstep and wouldn't leave. It's been there for days. Who was the traveler? I don't know. Some guy. He came from the east. He said, like anyone could get past the Deadlands to the east. He ran afoul of Gizmo, trying to interfere with Gizmo's business. Done. So Gizmo had a couple of boys beat him up, throw him from the casino roof. The traveler broke his damn full neck, and died. The dog was pissed. What did the traveler look like? The guy was tall, dark haired, had a little graying around the edges. He was dressed all in black leather, like that's a good idea in the desert, and carried a shotgun. He had some funny accent. The dog was his constant companion, followed him everywhere. I think that's a Mad Max reference. Appreciate the gossip. All right, so let's do quick save. Done. All right, quick save. Let's see what just looks unhurt. Okay. All right. Is there anything in this guy's bookcase? Nope. It's down here. It's just a bed. Is the bathroom over here? Nope. Just a closet, I guess. What is this? It's just the table's legs. All right. Can't talk to the dog. So I don't know how we're supposed to get him out. Maybe he's supposed to look like, dress up and look like him. There's a bar. Let's see. Looks like an advertisement for Gizmo's Casino. What is this? I don't think this is. I think the casino is up there at the bar. But what is this? Oh, Gizmo's guard. All right. Oh, here's the casino. Never mind. Hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing okay. Roulette. Oh, no thanks for the moment. Leave me alone. I'm on a hot streak. Um, Winner. Okay. Wait. That was nice. Okay, so pushes is just I get the same. Okay, no thanks. Roulette dealer. Roulette table. Craps table. Let's do 15 caps. Oh, okay. 5 caps. Okay. 5 caps. Okay. 5 caps. Oh, thanks. All right, let's save it. BTW, how's it going, man? Glad you could join. Will they let me in here? Did I just save? I did just save, right? Okay. So what happens if I try to go in here? Oh, there's not very good guards. Oh. Roulette dealer. Gambler. All right. Let's inventory. Let's just see if this works or not. Just quick saved it a minute ago, so I should be fine. Who are you? Izzo.
What do you want? I'm a busy man.
I'm here to tell you your assassin failed. Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
well, let's take a hypothetical situation.
Such as,
Well, let's say you did try and kill Killian. Your assassin failed. That means you need a new one to do the job, right?
and let me guess, you're that someone. Well, how can I trust you?
I'm here and you need someone from out of town to do your dirty work, right?
All right, we can do this. But you work for me. You better know that nobody ever double crosses Gizmo and lives to talk about it. You got me?
Willie Doc, man, glad to see you here today. Um, VTW, yeah, ready to start the season. Got high expectations for the team this year. Um, you know, I I have high expectations for the team. I will say that watching the videos over the last couple, especially yesterday, of Penix, throwing. Obviously, there's nobody rushing him. There's no real defense. Uh, for the most part, it was just throwing to playing toss essentially. But man, the ball looked good coming out of his hands. I've heard nothing but good things about Cousins as well, but it makes me excited for the future. Um, and we'll see if that continues to be the case. I mean, there were some people that were. There's a video out there of JJ McCarthy trying to throw to one of his coaches or assistants or whatever the case may be, and he misses him, like throws it wide. And everybody wants to be like, oh, I knew this guy was going to be a bust. These are also the same people that probably in 2016 when in the preseason or not even preseason in training camp, Kyle Shanahan picks off Matt Ryan, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is just going to be so bad." And then you saw how that turned out. So, there's not a whole lot to take away at this point, but man, it makes me excited. I can't help but get excited when I watch it. So, all right. Uh, Nobody ever double crosses me. Let's talk about you, Gabby. Of course, but first I need to know why you want him dead. Got it. What you want him dead for?
That's easy. I want him dead because he cramps my business. So, what are you doing for me?
Could you say it again, please? This time in my coat pocket. The two signings. I think that the likelihood is that either they're death signings. Maybe somebody comes out of it and is you know whatever, but more likely we're talking depth signing, and maybe even just camp bodies. Get them in here. They're guys that have been in the NFL for a while, so you don't have to. It's not like an undrafted free agent where they have to come in. Yeah, they've been to practices their whole life, in college, high school. This is an NFL practice. It's a job now. So bringing in guys to be camp bodies who have been in the NFL, who kind of know the ins and outs, it's a way to go. So, let's see. If I say that's why I'm here, he'll be dead before sundown.
Good. Return with the dog tags he wears around his neck as proof. And we never had this conversation. You don't mention this to anyone. No one double crosses me. No one.
All right. Let's see if that worked. I don't know. I'm not going to quick save it just yet. I am going to save, but I'm going to save it. Yes, we're going to say. Well, my alarm is going off. Telling me I need to put in some eye drops. Um, Recorded gizmo. Maybe. Done. All right. So let's go. I have I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on stream or not, but I have rheumatoid arthritis, or not rheumatoid. I apologize. Psoriatic arthritis, and as a side effect of that particular form of arthritis. Um, there is a chronic condition that I have that pops up from time to time. Though if I keep up with my medications, most of the time it doesn't do anything like it's doing now. But it's getting better, and it's just an infection that gets into my eyes, or at least in this case, it's my left eye. So I have to get some drops to put in to help with that. Well, I appreciate it, Willie. Uh, you know, I will say the one thing that the thing that when you go if you go back and watch any of that game, which is really hard to do, but the thing that really kind of chaps me is you know especially after the Patriots get their first touchdown. From that point forward, if you watch the offense, I believe, at least in a majority of the cases, we saw the ball getting snapped with like 12 seconds left on the play clock and what have you. So they were almost like hurrying up, and when they should have been, snapping that ball with like 2 seconds, 1 second. And if they had done that, if literally nothing else changes, if they had just done that, Patriots don't have enough time. So, um, whether that was, yes, I can blame Shanahan, but I can also blame Dan Quinn. Like, you need to, I get what he was doing at the time where he's essentially letting Kyle Shanahan run the offense. This is a Super Bowl. You're the head coach. You got to step in and make that call. Be like, no, we need to run the ball. We need to make sure we're snapping that ball at 1 to 2 seconds max on that play clock. But like I said, if I just want to move forward on that. Yeah, do I hope Kyle Shanahan never wins the Super Bowl? Sure, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried too much about him. I'm not worried too much about Dan Quinn anymore. I'm more focused on our team, what we can do. So yeah, like I said, it's a if they run the ball a little, they don't even have to do it a whole lot more, just a little bit more. But again, I don't even necessarily think, even if literally they call the same exact plays they do, and all they did was just run that play clock down, the Patriots just don't have enough time to get the points that they needed to get. Um, that's where I stand. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if Freeman makes that block, uh, then we're talking about Super Bowl winning Falcons in 2016. So give me 1 second, guys. All right. Let's see. Oh, I need to go back to Killian's. Let's go talk to Killian.
So, did you get the evidence?
I sure did.
Which? Bug or tape? Let's hear it. That's the first time I've been happy to hear his voice. Thanks, friend. Now, time for you and me to take care of the other business.
All the stim packs. Shotgun and shells. Oh man. I'll take the
Hell,
shotgun
thanks
shell.
again. Well, listen, I'm gonna take the guards and run Gizmo and his cronies out of town. I could use another gun. You up for it? Might be good for a laugh. Go to Lars at the guard station. He'll fill you in. And listen, this town owes you a lot.
All right. Let's see. Ew. Man, 100 rounds too. We're gonna move you over her. See, shotgun 12 to 22. That's a lot. Range is a lot shorter, but man, that goes. What are you? That's a hunting rifle. 8 to 20. Let's move you here. Hold on. How much am I carrying? Is there any way to tell? Carry weight 150. Oh, Willie, I believe. Yeah, the scar will always be there. I was at the 2012 NFC Championship game. I was at that game and the divisional game against the Seahawks. I will tell you right now, like halftime, like the after the second touchdown that we scored, it was a Julio Jones kind of back corner of the end zone touchdown. When we scored that touchdown, like that place was absolute. Like I could literally feel the stands vibrating underneath me. It was so loud. It was awesome. Uh, you know, we were man. Eugene Robinson just needed to keep it in his pants for another day. Come on now. Come on now. Go watch Bull Durham. Get all that sexual energy and keep it in, and then you focus it in the game, and then man, we would win the Super Bowl. But it is what it is. Inventory? No, no, no. Okay, so 150 is where does it show how? Oh, total weight 111. Okay, uh, good on weight for the time being. All right, so let's go find this guard station. I think that was. Oh, let's go here. Just to be on the safe side, we're gonna save game. Yes. Done. Man, I wanted to cry. I'll tell you, Willie. You know that it, as jubilant as we were the week before with the win against Seattle, we were just as downtrodden the next week. But yeah, it was It was not fun watching that second half of that game. Is this the? I think this is the guard post. All right, so wait. Junktown guard. Junktown guard. 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 Oh, wait a minute. Was he out here? Lars. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's F6. Save. Done. You ready to help take down Gizmo? You bet. Let's nail that tub. All right, let's do it. So it comes out of this kid. Well, I never could put up with your stink. Now I'm going to put it into it. Oh, does it not show the? Killian was hit for 6. Gizmo was hit for 11. Let's do you. Let's turn. I was hit for 3. Killian was hit for 9. All right, let's do. We're gonna do an aim shot. Oh, man, the groin. Ah, really? Oh, well, that was not cool. Let's. Okay, Killian's not dead at least, so that's good. Oh, okay, awesome. Nice. Take their caps. All of them done. Why is this combat still going on? Ooh, what are you? Mauser? You go on a stick. Done. Take all your caps too, sir. Done. Done. Thanks for all your help. Here's 500 caps. All right, I'll take them. You're always welcome in Junktown, friend. Awesome. I got 600 experience points for your work in the defeat of Gizmo. May the bastard rest in pieces. All right. Oh yeah. BTW, like what? Especially coming off of we came off of what, the 20, wasn't 2012, it's 2010. That was the last time we had faced Green Bay in the playoffs, and they just completely dismantled us, I believe. So yeah, in 2016, when we got to the playoffs and we met up with Green Bay in the NFC Championship game and just boat raced them, man, there was nobody that was happier than me. And I was actually not that game, but the following year, the home opener was the opening of Mercedes Benz. I was at that game, and we essentially boat raced them again in 2017. Um, Man, that was an awesome experience to go. It's possible, Willie. We might have won that game. We at the very least they should have called pass interference on what's his face? Really good middle linebacker, but he was 100% like mauling Roddy White. Um, have I ever seen Napoleon Dynamite? I have seen it. It's okay. Willie, it it was it's a good movie, but it's not necessarily one that I'm like, man, I could sit down and rewatch Napoleon Dynamite over and over and over again, like some movies. But I don't hate it if it's on, but I don't sit there. It's not one of those movies where when it comes on, it's not like I'm compelled to like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and watch the rest of this. We're good. I don't do that. What do I think about the linebacker we got from Notre Dame? So far, I mean, from what I've seen, the guy looks like he's gonna be pretty good. But I mean, we'll see. But he comes across as a very uh, he comes across 100% as the kind of person that we would expect to have on the team. Like Falcons, he fits the Falcons filter to a T. So do a lot of the guys we drafted. Like they were either team captains or very well respected members of the team, things like that. Uncle Rico, yeah, man, yeah. Gonna put me in with one state. Uncle Rico is quite the hoot. All right. But yeah, as far as Bertrand goes, again, like I haven't watched a ton of tape on him, but from what tape I have seen, the guy knows how to play linebacker, very instinctual. He's learned from really good linebackers already. He's met up with like Keekly and Sean Lee, and both those guys kind of had shortened careers due to injury. But like Luke Kuechly, if he played as long as like Ray Lewis, he'd be in. Right now. I think a lot of people consider Ray Lewis to be modern day like best linebacker out there. And I think he's really, really good. And I think if Luke Kuechly doesn't get sidetracked by the concussion stuff, and he continues on, as much as I hate to say it because he was a Panther, but I think history will look at him as in that tier, but the longevity is just not there. Oh no. Because of the passes, yeah. You know, the difference is Penix is going to get his time. Like he'll get his, and everything I've heard out of him has been exactly what I hope to hear, which is he understands he understood the situation that he was coming into. And when we talked about this on the live stream, the Tuesday live stream, if not this past one, this one before, we talked about this in that when the Falcons were trying to set up these interviews or these workouts, these private workouts, they requested private workouts with JJ McCarthy. They requested private workouts with a bunch of other players. Now, JJ McCarthy declined the offer because he knew coming in, like if he got drafted by us, he was going to come in and sit behind Cousins. He didn't want to do that. And that's that's I understand it. I totally understand why you would want to do that. But Penix knew the same thing McCarthy knew. Like when you get if you get drafted by the Falcons, wherever that's at, you're not gonna the likelihood short of injury or something really catastrophic, you're not gonna start day one. You're gonna sit at minimum a year, maybe even two, possibly even three. But he knew the situation coming in, and when he talked about he doesn't feel like he's treated the same way as if he was the number one quarterback. At least that's the way he feels about it. But also, he just feels like I just want to do what I can to help the team win. And so hearing that just makes me smile. He sounds like a franchise quarterback to me. So I am ecstatic and cannot wait for him to get his shot. I mean, it's been out there. There's been I can't remember exactly where I got it from, but I have heard from a couple different sources. Like that's now there's not a definitive reason out there as to why he declined it, but the understanding is he's declining it because he understands that if he goes out there and wows the Falcons brass and they decide to pick him up, then he's going to sit. He's going to go and sit for a couple of years minimum. And he would rather not do that, and I totally get it. I don't have any. I'm not going to sit here and be like, "How dare you?" Like, you just don't want to. But there's nothing out there that is concrete. Like he didn't come out and say it or anything like that. But everybody kind of knows the reason why he declined that workout with the Falcons. So, all right. I think we've kind of done everything we can do here. First of all, let's do that one. All right. I think think we're gonna move on to the hub here. Let's see what's going on at the hub. So let's quick save it. Tony, man, glad you could join us, brother. All right, I will take a look at him. The hub. Oh. Wandering pack of wild coyotes. Are they? Okay. Very large pile of bleach bones. That's it. Just pack of coyotes, huh? Nothing else? Huh. The hub. Let's continue on. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Okay, guardsmen just on patrol, huh? All right. Can I talk to these guys? See, a police officer of the hub. Police officer. Police officer. Police officer. You shouldn't be here. It's not safe. All right. Watch your back. This isn't a safe place. Okay. Shouldn't be here. It's not safe. Watch your back. Okay. Is there anything else? Hollow rocks. Well, thank you, officers. I appreciate the warning. All right. Let's see if I can actually make it to the hub. Bam. All right, so the Heights, Old Town, Downtown, Water Merchants. Huh. Yes, how can it be a service? What are you doing out here at this hour? What is this place? This is the hub. It is a trade center for the waste. It's the biggest city I know of. You can find just about anything you could want here, and if you're looking for work, this is the place to be. Seems like so just about everyone here is looking to hire you for something, be it legal or not. Trade, what is it you trade? Well, lots of stuff. General stuff people need to live, food, water, lots of water. Since water probably is the most scarcest commodity in the waste. Could you tell me where I can find a water chip? A water chip? I've never heard of one of those. Where all these cars? These are the caravans that I'm guarding. The merchants cart goods to just about all corners of the waste. Jugtown, the Brotherhood, Shady Sands, and numerous other places. Yes, I guess you could say that. After a while, they all start to look the same, but believe me, they're not. Where would I go to get a job? Just about ask. You could just about ask anyone here in the hub. Or you could check one of the job bulletin boards. There are a few of them around the hub. Caravan driver. Police officer of the hub. I would keep clear of Decker if I was you. All right. I don't know who Decker is, but I will maybe keep clear of him. All right. Let's see. Starter David Onyemata, backup Eddie Goldman, third string, rookie 6th rounder Zion Logue. All right. I do believe Goldman will stick around and make the team as the backup. I mean, if he even just makes it into OTAs, I'm not even sure if he made it to any of the OTAs last season. So if he just makes it that far, that's some progress. Logue is really going to benefit from veterans David Onyemata and Eddie Goldman, and he's going to learn a lot that will accelerate his process at this level with the talent he already has. I mean, we'll see. The guy was picked in the 6th round for a reason. Doesn't mean he can't be the guy. You know, it doesn't mean he can't be a player in the league. Doesn't mean he can't turn into an all-pro. You know, those kinds of things do happen. My experience is I don't want to put too much on 6th rounders, 7th rounders, hell, even fifth rounders. Really, I don't want to put too much on those picks. There's not a lot to. You just run the risk of if you try to put too much into those particular picks, you just run the risk of disappointment more often and more times than not. However, just being a big dude, that in a lot of cases all you need to do is just be in the middle and take up space. Probably bodes well. I don't have a problem. You know, I hope he works out, because if we can get a bunch of 5th and 6th rounders to actually contribute to the team, they don't have to be the stars, but if they can provide valuable rotation reps to keep the better guys fresher, then I'm all for it. Hey, if he is, but let's say Eddie Goldman does make it to the roster and actually is a contributor this year, like he stays on throughout the entire year. If that happens, then you have Onyemata in front of you, Onyemata and Goldman in front of you. If Zion Logue can't take something from that and be better, then he's never going to be good in the league. So the hope would be, yes, while you're 3rd string, while you're sitting behind these two pros who have been here and done that, know what it takes. Just like with Penix, like just watch what these guys do. You know, Cousins isn't going to be a mentor in that he's going to call the kid over and be like, so, lesson for today is, whatever. He's not going to be like that. He's just going to go about doing his thing. Penix's job is to watch him, try to absorb and take in as much. Same thing with Logue. Just watch these guys, see how they work, see how they practice, see how much effort is put into that, and try to absorb as much as possible. And if he can do that, then yeah, he'll have a chance to be in, to be a player in the league. So. To be honest, I haven't watched all of it. I've just seen a little bit here and there, but I need to sit down and watch it. He seems very happy with where we're currently at. Just roster construction wise, looks like we're probably about 5 guys short of a full 90-man roster. So they're constantly looking, they're churning, trying to find the best, the best 90 guys they can have in camp. But he just seemed, just like he always does, he seems very upbeat, seems very confident. We'll see if that continues throughout the rest of the off-season workouts. And then, Me personally, I just can't wait to get to preseason because we're going to see a ton of Penix in the preseason, and I am down for it. I mean, we'll still see a lot of Heineke too. Probably still end up seeing more Heineke than Penix this preseason, but but I can't wait to see Penix out there. Like, yeah, it's preseason. Is it the real? Is it the real deal? No, but man, get it out there with just some of the passes we've seen so far in the rookie minicamp. It's been awesome. Yeah, absolutely, Tony. You get to if you're Zach Harrison and you can't take something away from playing behind Calais Campbell, uh, then then you failed in the most important job you had last year. Most important job Zach Harrison had last year wasn't go out there and sack the quarterback. A lot of people are going to tell you that is the most important thing, but he and normal like going forward in his career, yes, that's going to be like the number one priority. Make sure you're playing the position right, you're minding your gaps, you're doing all those things. Last year, his most important thing was absorb and take in as much as you possibly can from Calais Campbell to make yourself a better player. I think he did. I think he did that because we saw him come on towards the end of the season. So I will, hopefully he can continue that trajectory. And the same thing with Ebiketie. Like he didn't have that kind of guy, but we've seen him, improve each year. So I'm hoping with the third year, things finally click for him, and we get the guy that we, hoped we were getting, uh, when we drafted him, some guy that can give us, anywhere between 8 to 12 sacks in a year. He was close last year, and he got nowhere even close to like the some of the top guys. The amount of snaps. So he did. He did. Like I said, he came on at the end of the year last year as a guy who you definitely see that he was taking it in and then was using that to make himself better uh, and become a better player because of it. And all kudos to him because yeah, it seemed to be paying off towards the back half of the season. So I'm excited to see where he is this year. Um, the defensive line, just in general, I think got a lot of good talent through the draft. So we'll see how it all pays. And some of it may not show up right away. Some of it may take another year and a half or so for it to really show up. But I think the talent that we're getting in the defensive line is really really nice. Um, all right. Done. Done. I need a water chip, guys. Somebody tell me where to find a water chip at. Also, I need it to be daytime so I can see. Keep your nose clean while you're in our city. Visit the Maltese Falcon for refreshing drinks. Would love to. Where's it at? Let me in. Oh, who are you? Officer? We're here to prevent and survey. Okay. I would keep clear of Decker if I were you. All right. Sure. Oh, that's the deputy. Deputy Fry. All right. Same Fry as Futurama. I do expect a big year from Bijan, VTW. I mean, everybody. Again, we I know we talked about this. Bijan had a really good rookie year. Um, he ended up with like 8 total touchdowns, 4 on the ground, 4 through the air. He led all rookie rushers in yardage from as far as rushing goes. He had almost 300 yards receiving. It was, and statistically, if you look at that, if he got as many carries and as many uh, uh, opportunities to catch the ball as uh, Todd Gurley back, in his heyday, uh, he would have had very similar numbers. Like the averages were about the same, and if you just put Todd Gurley's numbers onto Bijan Robinson and he kept those same averages, he was going to be at right around that same amount. So I think Bijan is going to have a big year. I think they're going to better utilize him. Let's see. Three, four DNs, starters, Zach Harrison, Grady Jarrett, maybe Zach Harrison, maybe Taquan Graham, either one. Grady Jarrett, backups, Catavia Street, yep, Rook Ororo, Brandon Dorless. Street is going to help the team in a backup rotation role. Yep, I do believe that. I'm glad we were able to bring Street back. I was super happy when I heard we re-signed him because he was a guy that I think he gave us good production last year in a situation where Grady's went down, and it was I would love to see him be in a position where he could do the same, but have Grady there. And so if we get Street's production along with Grady's production, then I think we're going to be a-okay on that front. I do think Taquan Graham will make the team. I think he was coming back from injury last year. We started to see a little bit more of what we were seeing prior to his injury. We started to see a little bit more of that towards the end of the season. So I hope he continues the ascent. And there's a good chance that moving to a 3-4 defensive end is a little bit better of a fit for him potentially. We'll see, but I do think he makes the team. Again, what we saw in 2022. Guy was awesome. Then he got injured. Last year, I think he was mostly working his way back. I mean, we'll see. If he doesn't show out, this current administration, current regime with the Falcons have no loyalty to him. They didn't. Yes, Terry Fontenot did, but Raheem Morris, Jimmy Lake, those guys, they didn't advocate for him and want to bring him in. So if he doesn't show out in OTAs, if he doesn't show out in training camp preseason, is there a chance he could be cut? Absolutely. I think he'll probably make the team, but it would not shock me if he didn't. Yeah, like I said, I hope for the best with him because he's a guy that I think kind of got a raw deal. Not a raw deal. He's just he got injured. Needs to get out there some more to get some more reps. So hopefully he gets them and can show out a little bit because I really liked what we saw in 2022 before his injury. He was really coming on. So again, to see him get back to that form, I would be super happy. So I hope it does happen. And if he does, then he's obviously making the team. If he doesn't, then he may not. I personally think he probably will. But again, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if he did. All right. Who are you? He looks very well armored. Motion sensor option is not installed. Oh, how many days do I have left? 118 days. Status. Jump down. Bust the skulls game. Oh, I still need to do that in Junktown, huh? Oh, I'll make my way back there eventually. All right. Shady Sands is done. Vault 13. Find the water chip. I'm trying. Let's see. Auto maps. I think I only got the one, right? Yeah. So you think outside linebacker edges starters will be Carter and Ebiketie with Malone and Trice as backups. I would have loved if we'd have gotten Hassan Reddick. Um, I don't. I mean, we'll see. Lorenzo Carter. We know what we have in him. We know the guy can does really well against the run. He's good against in coverage. He's a so-so pass rusher, but he's a tenacity kind of guy. He one of those guys that just kind of doesn't give up. Doesn't mean he is successful even then, but he keeps playing even after he keeps trying to get there, even after he's been stopped. So I can get behind that. Definitely Ebiketie will be one starter, but just like we talked about before, especially on defense. Defense, unless I think it matters more to fans who a starter is, because at the end of the day, a starter is just another guy that's going to play in the rotation. Are they, now they're generally going to be the guys that when big moments pop up, you're going to want them on the field. but that may not always happen due to the offense not giving you the opportunity to get them on the field, like do substitutions. But it wouldn't surprise me to see Braylon Trice like push Carter uh, for that outside linebacker edge spot. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. So yeah, the only problem, I think the biggest problem Ebiketie has had is he doesn't play the run quite as well. If he can get better with that, then he'll be on the field much more often. Um, yeah, I would love to see. If we're talking about a 5-man front of Onyemata in the middle, Grady Jarrett on one side of him, um, you know, whether it's Taquan Graham, whether it's, you know, let's see, who else was the guy that you talked about? I'm missing it. Or, Rook, he could be on the other side. That's fine too. So you get those two guys, those three guys in the middle. And then on the outside, you got, AK-47, you got Braylon Trice. I'd be super happy to see that 5-man front. Yeah, Braylon Truce. All right. Another cop. Well, the main road if you're looking for the market. So I'm assuming it says follow the main road. This is the main road. Good boy. Is there a way to wait? Oh, there is a way to wait. Okay. Wait until morning. Close. Wait another couple hours. 2 hours. There we go. I can see. Whoa, who are you guys? Demeter? Crimson Caravan? Crimson Caravan? All right. Who are you? Hey there. How are you doing? Name's Demeter. Demeter Romara, head of the best damn caravan in the Waste. Are you looking for a job? You look pretty fit. Yeah, so that's just what we're looking for. You like the thrill and excitement of battle, don't you? Bullets flying everywhere, whipping in your head, or whipping by your head, not in your head. That'd be bad. Blowing your enemy. Let's see, blowing your enemy in two, seeing the fear in their eyes. That's life. You look like the kind of person that can serve us well, and we pay well. Oh yes, we do. We've just had a few new openings. If you're interested, but of course you are, right? I need a water chip. Water chip. Haven't heard of one of those before. You might want to check with one of the shops outside. They have lots of stuff. So, did you want a job? Well, what's it pay? We pay 600 hub bucks a job. That's each way. Hell, people say we take all the dangerous routes, but I say they're the most exciting. A little excitement in your life? Am I right? Of course I am. Of course it's dangerous. Why would I fork out 600 bucks? Okay, bye. I may come back and deal with that, but I'm looking for a water chip at the moment. So this is that building right there. Sign on this post looks a little rusty. What is this? It won't tell me what it is. Okay, what about you? Do you have any commodities to declare? No, I don't. That's fine. What is this place? Oh wait, what does this say? Fargo Traders. Okay. Did they have a sign? Well, they did. Crimson Caravan. Okay. There's the general store. Okay. What are guns? All right. See if we can identify what everything is. Bob's Iguana Bits. What up, Bob? Bulletin board. What are you over here? Friendly Lending Company. Um, I really like Trice. I remember thinking I was watching a game. It was before the Texas game, the semifinal game. It was before that, but I watched some Washington game. I can't remember who they played, but I noticed Trice. Like I kept hearing his name get brought up, and so I noticed him, and I was like, that's a guy to keep an eye on. Definitely want to keep an eye on that. But I didn't, you know, what ends up tending to happen is a guy that I watch or pay attention to in college football that I really like. I'm like, man, I'd love to see the Falcons get him. We never get him. So seeing us actually get that guy, I was super happy about that. But I think him and Dorless are going to give us a lot more immediate impact than people are thinking right now. Um, do I see AJ Terrell as one of the best cornerbacks in the league? Um, I think he's in that upper tier. Do I think he's one of the best? Conceivably, he has a problem with not getting interceptions, but some of that's also they don't throw his way as often, so he doesn't get as many opportunities for it. But I mean, even the best quarterback in the league, they can get burned. They can kind of have a little bit of a down year. It happens. We'll see if he can bounce back. But yeah, I've been a little disappointed with him. Last year, at least early in the season, it seemed to take him a few games. Once he kind of got his legs under him, kind of got into the groove of things. He picked it up, and he became much better throughout the rest of the season, in my opinion. So he turned it up, as the season went on. Yeah, I mean, I really liked Hayward, but unless they bring in, Witherspoon, which is what everybody seems to be, thinking that's a like, for sure thing. Like it seems like it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Um, Unless if they don't bring him in, then it's either going to be Alfred. It's going to be. I mean, it could be a couple of the cornerbacks we brought in free agency. Uh, could be one of those guys. But Clark Phillips played pretty well on the outside last year. Yeah, is he a short guy? Is he a little bit harder for him to go up against the guys of like say Chris Evans, those big guys? Absolutely, but even then he still played pretty well. So it wouldn't surprise me if and I'll say this: whoever ends up starting there, either one of two things happen. Either the coaches really like the guy and they feel like he's the right person for the job, or they tried to do this and tried to do that. They tried to do different things, and they just kind of things just didn't pan out in their direction. If that's the case, it's possible they could have a situation where they're just like, "This is the best we got." Yeah, I mean that absolutely could be, but whoever they put out there is going to be the best guy that we currently have. Because there's so much experience as coaching staff in people who have coached DBs. I just can't see them not doing that. So whoever ends up playing as CB number two, probably going to be the at least the most prepared of the folks. So totally down with that. I mean, uh, yeah, Kevin King. I just couldn't think of his name. Kevin King is a guy that I think could be quarterback or cornerback too. Either one. Um, the safety position, as of right now, again, whether or not we go with the John Johnson, again, another Ram that some people, feel like is a good fit. And maybe he is, and maybe we do bring him in. But as it stands right now, what we've heard from Terry Fontenot and especially Raheem Morris is they feel like they can get something out of why is his name just escaping me? Chad, help me out. Let's see. Richie Grant, that's him. They seem to think that Richie can be salvaged. So that might be where this is heading. Bates and Grant as your two starting safeties. Though they did acknowledge that he tended to play better closer to the line of scrimmage. So that is a little bit more where he's better at. So maybe they leave Helms as a especially in three safety looks. Maybe they bring Grant down, leave Helms a little bit farther back. Who knows? Well, Tony, you're talking about you think we should have gotten Johnny Newton or Jerzon Newton. Uh, he just had another. He just had to have surgery again. So if you were looking for guys to have impact, obviously this doesn't reflect the philosophy when you picked Penix. But with the rest of the picks outside of Penix, if you were looking, especially where we picked Rook, where we picked Jalen Trice or Braylon Trice and Dorless, like where we picked those guys, you're wanting to get impact players for this year. It sounds like Newton probably won't be, won't be able to do quite as much this year as maybe initially thought, simply because he's going back and having surgery for the same exact thing. So it just either didn't heal up right or something. Either way, it's probably going to be a while before he's an active contributor. You're right. You got Deron Payne, and Allen, and so there's no rush. So again, it's different scenarios. Washington, I know we have to know, or we have to believe that Dan Quinn and Washington had to have known that this extra surgery was going to have to happen because it's only been a couple weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever since the draft, and there's no way they wouldn't have known. So they took him, even knowing that they were going to have to probably sideline him for a bit with another surgery. You know, knowing what they already have. So they were able to do that. Us, where there was a little bit more question marks coming, as far as like the interior D line. If you were wanting to pick up a defensive tackle / 3-4 defensive end, uh, you know, and have him be somebody that could, contribute this year, Johnny Newton was not really the guy to go to. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as uh, Gat here. It's basically Jamal Adams is a strong. He is a strong safety / linebacker. He is not a guy that you want deep, deep middle, deep third. Like he is not a guy that you want doing that. You want him up in the box. Have him blitzing. Against the run, he's really good. Like that's where you want Jamal Adams. You don't want him out in coverage as much as you want to keep him out of coverage as much as possible. Whereas Richie Grant, I feel like outside of tight ends, though, that's kind of the reason you want a safety. But outside of tight ends, I think he does pretty good. Otherwise, it's just you know, and I think in the run game he's really good. So again, this is coming from Raheem Morris and Jimmy Lake and Jerry Gray. Like those were guys who have coached a lot of really good DBs, corners, and safeties. And if they still see something in him, I'm willing to give him a shot. We'll see how it goes. He hasn't been horrible to my mind, to the point where you just want to toss him away. He's been, good. A good chunk of the time. He's had his missteps, but I think for the most part, he's been okay. Yeah, he did. I think that's the reason why. Like, if Johnny Newton was completely healthy, for one, he probably goes in the first round. He probably doesn't even make it to the second. But even if that's the case, maybe we do take him if he was, completely healthy and ready to contribute right away. Yeah, there's a very good chance we could have taken him. I mean, again, what I will say is this: if they were fine prior to um, if they were fine prior to the draft, because at least if you believe what Terry Fontenot was saying, if you believe what the front office was saying before the draft even happened, they were saying, as the current roster is constructed, we feel comfortable with it. That's what it comes down to. They felt comfortable with the roster. So if they had to go and start the season with the roster they had pre-draft, they felt good with it. Whether they were right to or not is a totally different matter, but they felt okay with it. So they feel like if they had to, they got guys they feel like can slot in and be that cornerback too. So that's before any free agency pickups. And we even had guys in free agency that we did pick up. Whether you feel like they're the best guys for the job or not, totally different matter. I mean, and that's the reason why you probably didn't see they weren't in any kind of a rush to grab a cornerback that they didn't feel was worth it in any individual area, right? Or any individual pick. Like if they had been there one pick later, would they have taken a cornerback? Sure, but the cornerback they were looking at, they didn't want to take with this pick. By the time they got to their next pick, that guy was gone. So at the end of the day, it just I feel like they feel like their defensive backfield, if they have to go into the season with what they have, they're good. So that takes some of the stress of worrying about whether or not we went and got or we were able to get somebody or not in the draft, uh, cornerback wise. So I mean, we'll see how good their intuition or their information on that is. Where'd that guy go? Oh, they got some guards. So that's general store. What are you down here? What are you? Useless junk. You determine that this vehicle will never drive again. Really? All right. I think I believe you. Trying to find water merchants, I think. All right, let's just go over here. Who is it? Oh, it's just a bed. Okay. Bob, proprietor of Bob's Iguana Beds. All right. Oh, I didn't think you were arguing with me, Gat, at all. VTW. I mean, we should have won the South last year. You know, couple games go a little bit differently. We do, but yeah, we should have won last year. Um, and you add Kirk Cousins to the mix. I think he immediately, as soon as he signed, put his name on the dotted line, that was an additional 4 wins for us. If all you did was added him to last year's team, I think that's an additional 4 wins. You add it to this team, the new the upcoming team that has Drake London with another year of experience, Kyle Pitts maybe getting fully healthy by this time, Bijan Robinson going into his second season and having a really good rookie season. Uh, you know, you add Darnell Mooney and Rondell Moore to the mix, and that gives you some speed and shiftiness and some trick play ability kind of stuff. And I really think that you just got Algier. The offensive line is another year older and another year of working together. Like this offense really should, like if it ever gets to the point where it's humming, then it's going to be a fun offense to watch. And I think the defense is going to be better than people think, though. I don't think it's necessarily going to. We may even come in with less sacks than we did last year, but I think we're going to end up with more pressure. I think we're probably going to end up with more. Um, I'm hoping we end up with more takeaways. Like that's the thing. If you're not going to get to the quarterback as one of the elite teams, you need to put pressure on the quarterback, and that pressure needs to translate to turnovers. So we just need more of that. Oh yeah, absolutely. I believe, yeah, like I said, better adequate QB play last year, and we're division winners. We go 10-7 at worst, 11-6, 12-5. I think 12-5 was probably our ceiling last year if everything went right. Obviously, that didn't happen. Um, but yeah, you give me Kirk Cousins this year. You give me Grady Jarrett back healthy for the full season. You give me Braylon Trice and Dorless and Rook, Zach Harrison. You get those guys coming back. Like I think this defense is going to be better than people realize. Pitts, if he can give you what he doesn't even have to go like surpass it. If he can give you exactly what he gave you as a rookie, that will be tremendous for us. That's essentially 1,000-yard receiver. Drake London, I think, is going to have over 1,000 yards this year, and hopefully we'll see him with a bunch of touchdowns. Should be a red zone threat. And he's not Julio Jones. He doesn't scare people like Julio. Nobody really scares anybody like Julio did. Where when we got into the red zone, people were like putting like 3 defensive backs on Julio. They were not going to let you beat a. You're not going to beat us with Julio. Julio, you got to beat us with somebody else. Now we did a bunch of times, especially in our heyday, but at the end of the day, they were just not going to let him do it. Nobody's doing that to Drake London unless he just starts doing some crazy stuff. But even then, nobody's scared. Like the thing that Julio but probably hurt his career more than anything was how good he was and how scared teams were of him that they put so many resources towards him. So Drake's not going to get that. And he's the kind of guy that you put a ball up there, let him go high point it. He's going to come down with it more times than not. And so we're going to see a lot of touchdowns there. Man, I'm just looking forward to preseason. Let's see I just want to see what the offense looks like. It's going to be bare bones, but I want to see what the offense looks like. I want to see the defense get out there and hit somebody. Pray for as injury free as we can be getting through preseason. But man, I can't wait. So Tony, I will say, yeah, we went. I know, this time last year, everybody was like, who do we even have at linebacker? We don't have any linebackers. Well, now we've got 3 really good linebackers that we can figure out something to do with, right? I do think Troy Anderson. There's a chance that he works a little bit at outside linebacker, potentially, but I don't know if he's big enough to really do that outside of if you're going to put him out there, you need to put him out there as an obvious passing downs, and either let him go after the quarterback or put him out in coverage. But yeah, Nate Landman was like the biggest. It's probably like one of the few times I can remember, and I guess not. Aluakan Foye, like he was kind of in the same boat. He was like, okay, he was this Ivy School guy who nobody really thought anything of. Then he gets once he gets on the field, he kind of like you can't take him off. You weren't going to pull him back off the field because he just showed you too much. So just couldn't do it. I really like him. He's super smart. What he lacks in the athleticism that Troy Anderson has, he makes up for with the instincts and like knowing where to be and knowing where the play's going. He tends to do that better. So he can kind of negate some of the lack of athleticism. Not that he's not an athletic linebacker, he is, Troy Anderson, regardless, you can say whatever you want about whether he's a good linebacker or not. Physical freak is exactly what he is. He needs he needs to be essentially like Caden Ellis was for San Francisco or not for New Orleans. He needs to be a guy that you bring him in to rush the passer because he's just such a physical specimen. Like get him all over, move him all over the line. Have him going up against guards on one time, then tackles, then centers, and just have him just make it so that it's hard for people to know where he's going to be coming from. And I think that's kind of the best fit for Troy Anderson. But Nate Landman is just a dog when it comes to being a linebacker. So him and Ellis are probably your starters inside. And Troy Anderson comes in if you're looking at you know obvious passing situations. Maybe bring him in as another defender, get him out there in man coverage or in a zone or whatever. See, I'd never even heard. Again, I'm not a guy who sits down and like super duper pays attention to college football. I'll put it on a Saturday, during college football season, and I'll look around and see if there's any big games, and I'll put them on. But like half the time, I'll watch them, and I'm sitting on the couch. There's a couch like back here in my office. I'll go sit on that, put it on TV, and I'll pass out for half the game. Wake up. You're all right. He is that country strong kind of guy. All right. We're going to do save game. We're going to come down here. We're going to actually take this one. Say, yep. Done. Game. Let's move you over here. Huh. All right. I mean, yeah, we have that potential, Tony, or VTW. I'm sorry, VTW. We absolutely have um, the ability to play and have the kind of jump that Detroit did or like Cincy did when they got their guys in place. Yeah, we could be that team, and this team is talented enough right now, has enough talent on the team that if the defense plays just a bit, above, like a little bit better than people expect, just plays competent defense, gets after the quarterback, maybe not like super crazily or anything like that, but like gets after the quarterback, gets some good sacks, but also just puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback as consistently as possible. If it does that, then there's enough talent both defensively and offensively. I can see this team, absolutely, making it into the playoffs, making a deep run into the playoffs, and being a better team than a lot of people expect. Just because people think Falcons, they think, oh, they're just not very good. So, yeah, Reggie White, Bo Jackson, uh, Don Hampton or Dan Hampton. Yeah, it's Dan Hampton. It's you look at somebody like Freddie Freeman, kind of the same deal. I mean, he's from California, so or do you really want to call it country? But California's got some country parts of it. But like Freddie Freeman's that guy is that guy. He's that. He doesn't look like he ever. I'm sure he goes into the gym, as part of his job, but it's not. He's not a guy that's like doesn't look like he's been a super like you know, I'm gonna be as strong as I possibly can through hitting the weights. He's just a guy that just ended up being strong. Like he just good genes is what it boils down to. I need to give me 1 second. Quit. Oh man. Let's see. All right, guys. But do we keep probably because I think Lorenzo Carter does he does multiple things really well. Um, signing Bud Dupree, I don't think precludes you from having both those guys. Um, but now I will say this: if Bud Dupree does sign, he becomes a starter. Like I think it's Ebiketie and Dupree on either side in a 3-4. So I mean that's what I would believe to be the case. I could be wrong, but if you bring in Bud Dupree, I think he becomes the starter opposite Ebiketie. And I would love to see that too. Ebiketie on one side, Dupree on the other, Grady, Onyemata, and Harrison in the middle. And then you sprinkle in some Trice and you sprinkle in some Rook and Dorless and move those guys around. Like that's a potentially a pretty good you know core there. So yeah, yeah, that's what I say. Carter's been kind of good at a lot of different things, including special teams. So he's good against the run. He's good in coverage. He's not the best when it comes to rushing the passer, but he can get the job done. He can get there in some cases. So just not all the time. So all right, guys. That's gonna do it for me today. I need to take a nap. I'm tired. Had to do a little bit of cleaning up before the stream. Now I'm going to drop out of here and probably go take me a nap. Maybe eat some lunch and then go take a nap. We'll see. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of the week. And again, we'll great rest of the weekend. We'll be back on Tuesday with our normal live stream. Probably have a lot to talk about with regards to some of the stuff that's coming out this weekend with the rookie minicamp. And just keep an eye out, and we'll definitely see you guys on Tuesday. Maybe we'll have another video. Maybe I know we did a live stream a couple days ago on Thursday. Maybe we'll do another thing like that. Maybe we'll do just a recorded video. Who knows? Maybe none of that above. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great one. And you can find me at Jonathan M. Holder. Come by, say hi. Other than that, as always, Falcons fans, rise up.